بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره. اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم. اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We continue our study of 8th section and we reached chapter 7 في تقابل التضاد. We said there are 4 types of تقابل: التضايف والتضاد وتقابل العدم والملكة والتناقض. We already talked about تضايف. تضايف was أمران وجوديان لا يمكن إدراك أحدهما إلا بالنسبة إلى الآخر. We cannot understand one of them except in relation with the other, like father and child or above and under. This chapter is about tazad, opposites. As you remember, we said tazad is the relation between 2 existential affairs or matters, amran wujudiyan, which belong to one subject, يتواردان على موضوع واحد. So they have to be araz. They have to be accident because they have to belong to موضوع واحد. Some people have tried to say instead of موضوع واحد we say محل واحد, same place, which then would include araz and surat jawhari, substantial forms, because substantial forms they have mahal, which is madde, but not like accident which belongs to a substance. They themselves are substance, but they need another substance to accept them. Okay? Surat Johari needs madde to belong to. Another issue is that between these 2 existential matters that belong to the same subject must be maximum اختلاف, maximum difference. Therefore, they said black and white are ضدان, are 2 opposite colors. But in between would be then a combination of some degrees of white, some degrees of black. So either it is closer to white or it's closer to black. But some people have said no, all the colors are mutazad. So there is a difference here. Let's see what the book says. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الفصل السابع في تقابل التضاد. 7th chapter is about the opposition between 2 opposites. التضاد على ما تحصل من التقسيم السابق. Tadad, based on what has been established from previous classification. You remember when we were talking about 4 types of taqabul? Yeah? In chapter before Tadayuf, chapter 5, we talked about this. We said either both of them are wujudi or one is wujudi and one is adami. If both of them are wujudi, either it is tadayuf or tadad. If one of them is wujudi, one is adami, then if it is in suitable subject, it is adam malaki, otherwise tanaqud. So he means this. على ما تحصل من التقسيم السابق, based on what was established in previous classification. التضاد على اتحاد كون أمرين وجوديين غير متضائفين متغايرين بالذات. 2 existential matters which are not mutadhaif, means their understanding does not depend on each other. Because Amran Wujudiyan, we had two types of taqabul which had Amran Wujudiyan. Amran Wujudiyan can be mutadhayifan or can be mutadaddan. So, غير متضائفين متغايرين بالذات, which are substantially different from each other. أي غير مجتمعين بالذات, they are not essentially able to come together. There is something in their relation that is impossible that they exist together. They cannot coexist. Yeah, in the same place, in the same time, in the same aspect. من جهة واحدة في زمان واحد وفي محل واحد, they cannot coexist. لا يجتمعان. ومن أحكامه, one of the rules that would then be implied by this is لا تضاد بين الأجناس العالية. There is no tazad between the high genus. You remember in Maghulat Ash, we said we have 10 ajnas. Yeah? One is Jawhar, 9 aras. Yeah? These are top gens, means they themselves don't have anything above them. So they don't have anything common between them essentially, because they themselves are the last, the top gens. Like kam, kaif, mata, ain, waz, an yaf'al, an yanfa'il, plus jawhar. So these are ajnas aliyah. These are 10 categories that they don't have anything in common between them essentially. In their essence, they're 100% different from each other. Those ajnas are not mutadad. They can exist together. For example, something can have kam and kaif. There is no problem. Something can be jawhar and at the same time has kam and kaif. Maghulat ash are not mutaqabil. They can exist together. There is no problem in coexisting. Is it clear? لا تضاد بين الأجناس العالية من المقولات العشر فإن الأكثر من واحد منها تجتمع في محل واحد. Because more than one, we don't say all 10, but more than one, because sometimes something is aras, so it's not jawhar. So it's not that all 10 come together, but more than one can come together, so there is no tazad. كالكم والكيف. For example, we have 1 meter of paper which is white, which is soft. Softness and whiteness is kaif. 1 meter is kam. So kam and kaif are together. كالكم والكيف وغيرهما. And other than kam and kaif, fil ajsam. In physical objects, physical bodies, we can have kam, kaif, jawhar, and things like that. وكذا أنواع كل منها مع أنواع غيره. These 10 ajnas that we have, on the top we have ajnas aliyah. In the bottom what we have? Anwa. No. Yeah? For example, jism at the end becomes جسم نامية حساسة متحركة بالإرادية ناطق, which is إنسان. So no is إنسان. Or كيف becomes كيف محسوس مبصر قابض لنور البصر, which means becomes one color. Or مفرغ لنور البصر becomes another color. Okay? So the no for one type of maghulat and no for another type of maghulat can exist together. They don't have problem. You can have kam and kaif, or you can say 1 meter and whiteness. Yeah, whiteness is a type of kaif. 1 meter is type of kam. No problem. So there is no tazad on top. There is no tazad in the bottom. Tazad is only between anwa'u jinsin wahid. like insan and faras. They cannot exist together. But we don't consider insan and faras tazad because they are not yatawaradan ala mawzu'an wahid, because they are jawhar. So it is true that insan and faras cannot exist together, but if we want to talk about tazad, we have to go to a'raz. A'raz, which belong to the same subject, and they are anwa'u jinsan wahid, like black and white. نوعين للون, and لون is itself نوع للكيف المبصر, and كيف المبصر is نوع للكيف المحسوس, and كيف المحسوس is نوع للكيف. وكذا أنواع كل منها مع أنواع غيره. They don't have problem. They can exist together. No for cam, no for كيف. 1 meter white, no problem, can come together. وكذا بعض الأجناس المندرجة تحت الواحد منها مع بعض آخر. No problem. For example, what is the gens for white? كيف مبصر. كيف مبصر with كم متصل, which is gens for meter. No problem.
What is mundarij?
Mundarij means falls under it. كاللون مع الطعم. Color is كيف. One type of كيف. Taste is also كيف. Because كيف محسوس is divided into كيف مبصر, كيف مسموع, كيف مذوق, كيف ملموس. There are different types of كيف, quality. So lone and ta'am can come together. Yeah? You have, for example, sugar. It has color and it has also taste. So they exist together. So where can we have tazad? Different species of the same genus. فَالتَّضَادُ بِالْإِسْتِقْرَاء, by induction, means if we exhaust all the examples and cases, we come to this conclusion. أنما يتحقق بين نوعين أخيرين مندرجين تحت جنس قريب. Tazad can only exist between two species of which fall under the same genus, the last genus or genus above them, no problem. كالسواد والبياض المندرجين تحت اللون. But if you take sawad and bayaz تحت اللون, it's tazad. But if you say take something which is under loan and something which is under tam, no, they can exist together. Yeah. When I said or above means something that jins qarib is the same, therefore jins ba'id and mutawassit is also the same, but it has to be under the same jins qarib. The last differential is the same. Kada qarraru. Allama Tabatabai says this is what philosophers have articulated. وَمِنْ أَحْكَامِهِ, and another ruling, another properties, another characteristics of tazad is أنه يجب أن يكون هناك موضوع يتواردان عليه. There must be a subject that they too belong to it. You know wurud, what does wurud mean? Wurud means to enter, to be exposed, yeah? إِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا. Allah says about hell, fire of hell, all of you have to be exposed to it, you know, because we have to cross over the hell, yeah? There is no way that you don't see hell. By crossing hell, you reach heaven. This is nature of dunya, that we have to go through all problems, but try to save ourselves. Wurud means like being exposed, and sometimes enter. But tawarud is bab tafa'ul, means two things enter or are exposed to the same thing. So we have one subject but takes different colors. So these loans, these colors, belong to the same. يتواردان على موضوع واحد. إذ لولا موضوع شخصي مشترك لم يمتنع تحققهما في الوجود. Because if there existed no specific subject, there was no problem. Whiteness in something and blackness in another thing, both of them can be existing. I can have a piece of dress which is white and another piece of dress which is black, no problem. But they cannot belong to the same thing. Yeah? But if there are two things, no problem. كوجود السواد في جسم والبياض في آخر, means في جسم آخر. Existence of white color in one thing and black color in another thing, no problem. They can exist together. ولازم ذلك ألا تضاد بين الجواهر. Because jawahir don't belong to a subject. Jawahir themselves are subject. Araz has mawzu. Jawhar does not have mawzu. Accident. Araz means accident. إذ لا موضوع لها توجد فيه. Because substances have no subject that they exist in that subject. فالتضاد أنما يتحقق في الأعراض. So tazad only can happen and exist among accidents. Okay? But some people have said, instead of موضوع واحد, we can say محل واحد. Instead of saying the same subject, we can say the same place. So that it can include أعراض plus صور جوهرية, substantial forms. Substantial forms need something. Need madde. Surat needs madde. But madde is not like jawhar for aras. It's jawhar for another jawhar. You understand? وَقَدْ بَدَّلَ بَعْضُهُم. Some of the philosophers and mutakallimin, they have replaced mawzu bil mahal. They have changed mawzu with mahal. Instead of saying yatawaradana ala mawzu'in wahid, they say yatawaradana ala mahallin wahid. Why they did this? Hatta yashmula maddat al jawahir. So that it can include jawhar for a'raz and madde for suwar jawhariyah. وعلى هذا يتحقق التضاد بين الصور الجوهرية الحالة في المادة. For example, you have madda which can take different forms. It can be taking the form of a human being, it can take the form of a horse, it can take the form of, for example, donkey. So taking different form. Or you have a madde which can take the form of wood or metal or stone. So it can take different form. But these forms are not aras, these are jawhari. وَمِنْ أَحْكَامِ. And another ruling and another property or characteristic of tazad is أن تكون بينهما قاية الخلاف. There must exist maximum difference between them. فَلَوْ كَانَ هُنَاكَ أُمُورٌ وُجُودِيَّةٌ. So if we have more than one, several, more than one and two, أُمُورٌ, plural. Some of them are closer to each other, like color. You know, color has a spectrum, yeah? We have different range of colors. So, according to this view that says there has to be maximum difference, then the two sides of a spectrum are mutazad. And in between is just a matter of degree. It can be more of this side or more of that side or equal. لو كان هناك أمور وجودية متغايرة. If there are existential matters which are different and some of them are closer to each other than the rest, فالمتضادان, then in such situation متضادان are the two ends of a spectrum. اللذان بينهما غاية البعد والخلاف. Between those two sides, there is maximum distance and difference. كالسواد والبياض, like سواد and بياض. الواقع بينهما ألوان أخرى. But I think today in the physics they don't say black and white are two sides of the spectrum, yeah? It's because ultraviolet and red, yeah?
Violet to red.
Yes. Violet to red, yeah. So, السواد والبياض الواقع بينهما ألوان أخرى متوسطة. Between سواد and بياض, these are not really about philosophy because these are based on the physics of that time. سواد and بياض, and between them we have lots of colors. ألوان أخرى متوسطة means they are middle, means between these. بعضها أقرب إلى أحد الطرفين. For example, blue, green, yellow, these are closer to each other. Some of them are more different from each other. كالصفرة التي هي أقرب إلى البياض من الحمرة. Yellow is closer to white than redness. So yellow is closer to white, and then red is coming compared to yellow, but we measure them with white. ومما تقدم يظهر معنى تعريفهم المتضادين بأنهما. Based on what we have said, okay, the meaning of definition of متضادين, they define متضادين in this way is clear. أمران وجوديان متواردان على موضوع واحد داخلان تحت جنس قريب بينهما غاية الخلاف. Two existential matters that belong to the same subject, which are falling under the same last genus, جنس قريب. It means they are two species of the same genus at the top, the bottom. Opposite. Yeah. Between them is maximum difference. Okay? So, Alhamdulillah, Tazad is finished. And then we have Al-Adamu wal-Malaka. Adamu wal-Malaka is also easy. Here, one is wujudi, one is adami. Okay? One is wujudi, one is adami. Existential and none. But the difference between Adamu Malaka and Tanaquz is that Al-Adamu wal-Malaka is used to explain the relation between two things, one wujudi, one adami, but they need a suitable place. Like Al-A'ma wal-Basir, to be blind or to be able to see. We cannot say to a stone that it is blind or it is able to see. Yeah? You cannot say to water it is a'ma or it is basir. It is neither a'ma nor basir. Yeah? So, they don't exist together, but there can be a subject that has none of them. Is it clear? In tanaquz, لا يجتمعان ولا يفترقان. They cannot exist together, and also you cannot find none of them. You must find one of them. But in Adam wal Malaka, they don't exist together, but you can find something that has none of them. A stone doesn't have ama, doesn't have basar. There is no blindness and there is no vision. I read only one paragraph of it. ويسمى أيضا تقابل العدم والقنية with قاف. العدم والملكة or العدم والقنية. And قنية means mal, means possession. Malaka is also means milkiya, from ownership. Means something has a quality or doesn't have that quality, but it must be suitable for that quality. Like a human being is either alim or jahil. We cannot say a donkey, for example, or a cow is alim or jahil. Yeah? وهما أمر وجودي لموضوع من شأنه أن يتصف به وعدم ذلك الأمر الوجودي في ذلك الموضوع is existential matter for a subject that has this condition, this quality that can be described with that matter or can lack that. So you can say it has vision or it lacks vision. It has ilm or it doesn't have ilm. It has no ilm. So, but there must be a subject that can accept these two descriptions. أن يتصف به وعدم ذلك الأمر الوجودي في ذلك الموضوع, or non-existence of that existential matter in the same subject. كالبصر والعمى. Basar is different from basir, yeah? Basir is the one who has basar. Basir means able to see. Basar means ability to see. A'ma is blind. Ama means blindness. Okay? So, a human being, an animal, can have ama or can have basar. Means they can be ama or they can be basir. كالبصر والعمى الذي هو فقد البصر. If someone tells you, what is blindness? You cannot say not to see. Not to see is not blindness. Not to see for something that has the potential of seeing. If you say just not to see, okay, water also does not see. But we cannot say water is blind. العمى الذي هو فقد البصر للموضوع الذي من شأنه أن يكون ذا بصر. Not to have vision for a subject that has the potential and it is supposed to have vision. Okay? It's supposed to have, or it has the potential of being able to see. Then if it doesn't have it, we say it is a'ma. Otherwise we don't say it's a'ma. There is a paragraph, two paragraphs here which are related to each other, but it's a little bit maybe complicated. It's better if you study this and then I will mention inshallah next week. It's not very complicated, but few divisions, classifications. Basically, just to have an idea, to prepare you, but I don't read the text, is that sometimes it's a matter of how specific you want to be. For example, in Arabic, they have a term, I don't know if you have heard, amrad. Have you heard amrad? Amrad is for a young boy who hasn't had beard. If someone doesn't have beard, they call him amrad. Okay? If we are talking about man, male, then male can have beard and can have no beard. So if someone doesn't have beard, we can say he's amrad. But if you are going to make it more specific and say, for example, a 10 years old boy, then a 10 years old boy can never have beard. So when we say something that has the potential, or min sha'nihi an yattasifa bihi, it depends how much you want to widen or narrow. If you say in a general way, okay, every male human being, in a general way, but that we are talking about that particular age. In a general way, we can say, okay, either they have beard or they don't have beard. They're amrad. But if you want to talk about that particular age, then that person, you cannot call him, for example, amrad, because he doesn't have the potential of having lihya. Okay? But of course, in Arabic, they say amrad because they consider general conditions. Say this is a male and later would have beard, now doesn't have beard. So they generalize it. This is something that inshallah we can study next session on Wednesday inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.